Okay, this rational function, not a polynomial function, but rational function, has a polynomial in the denominator that we can use, and that would give us a vertical asymptote. That was supposed to change colors. Does not equal 0, that's x plus 1. So when we move the x over x cannot equal -1, so that gives us a vertical asymptote. All right. The numerator power is larger than the denominator power, so we get a slant asymptote, and the slope is 1. So eventually, we don't know where, but eventually this will approach somehow a line where the slope is 1. Okay, I'm going to erase that because I have no idea where that will cross. There's a couple things we can do for that. But the other thing I want to do before we start plotting points is find out our zeros. So x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0. It's quadratic. I've tried to drill into your head. You have to be automatic when it comes to quadratic. You have to know you set it equal to 0. You try to factor. If it doesn't factor, you look to complete the square or use quadratic formula. This one we can factor because the product is -12, the sum is +1. So that's a +4 and a -3. So we are going to get zeros at x equals -4 or x equals 3. So I'm going to put those in right away, 4 and 3. Okay. So now we have found that, and we know it's going to follow that slant for an asymptote. I need to pick some values for x. I need some space, so I'm going to recopy this on the next page and pick some points. X squared plus x minus 12 over x plus 1. Okay, so when we pick some x's, 0 is pretty convenient, and we're going to get -12 over 1 for -12. Let's try 1. That'd become 1 plus 1 minus 12 over 1 plus 1, so we get -10 over 2, which is -5. Okay, should we skip? Yeah, let's do 2. 2 would be 4 plus 2 minus 12, and the denominator would be 2 plus 1, so we get -6 over 3, which is -2. Okay, the 0, -12 is going to be hard for me to graph, but that -1, -5, 2, -2. 1, -5, 2, -2, and I think I got a pretty good idea. So eventually this is going to have a slope of 1. Where exactly? I'm not sure. That's why we have decimals. Okay, now I need to try some on the left. So we know that -4 is going to give us a 0, but let's see what's happening for -3 and -5. When I put in -3, I'm going to have 9 minus 3 or plus -3 minus 12 over -3 plus 1. So that's going to be -6 over -2 for +3. Okay, so we're going to try -5. And that would be 25 plus -5 minus 12 over -5 plus 1. And I think that is going to be -8, +8 over -4 for 2. Does that look right? -2. There we go. That's what I needed. All right, so we got -3, 3, -5, -2. -3, 3, -5, -2. Are you starting to see what's happening? You see how that slant asymptote is in there? And we can find out exactly where that slant is by doing synthetic division or long division, depends on what your denominator is. But that would give you your remainder, which is what will cause that to across the y-axis. Okay, so then you'd see what that line is. But let's let Desmo do its job. Okay, let's take a look at what that looked like on Desmo's. So I had typed it in. Notice we got our zeros here, here, and here. Let's take a look, because we saw the slope was 1. So y equals 1x. And you know what? That looks really good. It looks like it's going to stay in the middle, and that doesn't often work that. I was wondering, am I going to have to add or subtract? And it looks really good, just like that. That was luck. Okay, here's the second one. So again, my vertical asymptote is going to be at x equals 4. So I know I have this going here. I'm not going to have a horizontal, I'm going to have a slant asymptote because it's x squared over x. We'll just reduce to x or 1x. Okay, I'll get zeros from my numerator by factoring that. So that would be factored to x minus 3, x plus 1, I believe. So my zeros will be at 3 and negative 1. That's going to be creative. And I need to pick some values. So if I pick 0 for x, I'm going to get negative 3 over negative 4, so that's going to be 3/4. If I pick 1 for x, I'm going to have 1 minus 2 minus 3 over 1 minus 4, so that's negative 5 over negative 4, become 5/4. Okay, and it has to go back down. So I think this one is going to look like this. And on this side, I think it's going to look like that. And I'm going to try some points for that area. Okay, so if I put in 5 for x, I'll have 25 minus 10 minus 3 over 5 minus 4. So I'm going to get 12 over 1. So that's looking like I could have moved this up higher, but it's given me an idea. If I try 6, that'd be 36 minus 12 minus 3 over 6 minus 4. So I got 21 over 2, so that's 10. I definitely should have moved it up higher. Right, so again, let's take a look at what this will look like on Desmos. All right, so I got my hyperbola branches in place, but I was looking for my slant asymptote. So here's our zeros at negative 1, positive 3. I said that that one branch should have been higher. I ran out of room on my graph paper, but you can see it here. Let's try a number in between. Oh, 6 is too much. 5 is still too much. That's still too much because it hits the graph right here. So let's try 2. 2 looks really good. So when we graph this, we can put it on Desmos and see some of those slant asymptotes. I am going to be more worried about you understanding that that has a slant asymptote with slope 1 rather than finding exactly where the slant is. Okay, so to find where exactly the slant is, let's try one, because I think I'm out. Okay, we probably should do that one first. X squared minus 2x minus 3. X squared minus 2x minus 3. And I want to divide that by x minus 4. Okay, I'm going to do a synthetic division. Okay, I think it was x minus 4. So that would be 1, negative 2, negative 3, and here would be a 4. Remember how we did synthetic division? 1, 4, 2. This would be 8, 5. So this would be x plus 2 plus 5 over the x minus 4. Right here is your asymptote. Because eventually, when you put in big enough values of x, that has no meaning. It does right in the middle, but it eventually, when you put in 100 or negative 100 for x, it is such a teeny tiny number, it doesn't matter. So this is telling you the equation of the line. This is the line that is your slant asymptote. Okay? So if your denominator is linear, you can certainly do synthetic division and find out what your slant asymptote is. All right. A carton manufacturer has a large order for rectangular cartons with square bottoms that have a volume of 6,000 cubic inches. Find the dimensions of the carton with that volume that uses the least amount of material. Strain the brain here. So the bottom is going to be square. I'm not an artist, so excuse me. So this is x, this is x. But the height is going to be different. How can you find that height when you know your volume is 6,000? Okay, well, think back to geometry stuff. Volume of a prism is length times width times height when it's a rectangular prism, or we can think of this as area of the base. Okay, so in this case, the volume is 6,000. The length and the width are both x, but we need to solve for h. So 6,000 divided by x squared would equal our h. Okay, now we want to find the least amount of material. Well, the amount of material is going to be your surface area. Is it not? So surface area, well, you're going to have two that are x by x. And aren't you going to have four of them that are x by h? Okay. So we got 2x squared plus 4xh, but h is not h. It is 6,000 divided by x squared. So we have 2x squared plus, wouldn't that be 24,000 over x? And we want the least amount of material, so we want a minimum. Okay, do you agree that when you graph this, it's going to be a parabola? No, it's not because of that, right? So I was wrong on my idea. Okay, well, let's graph it. Let's see where our minimum is. Let's go to Desmos. 2x squared plus 24,000 over x. All right, let's see what we can do. Okay, y equals 2x squared plus 24,000 divided by x. And let's see what that looks like. Oh, well, what does a negative do for us? I want to change colors. How can I change colors? I don't know. I don't want to waste a bunch of time. All right, well, let's change that. Let's multiply by the x. Okay. Oh, we want, okay, we know what the volume is. What if we did